that happens. I totally PR'd a half marathon without any formal training. Let me explain. First marathon I ever ran, half marathon I ever ran was, actually it was a year ago, April 2022. I filmed the whole video about it. You can find it here. I found my resting heart rate, my base pace. I did a whole membership at this place called the Mile High Run Club for 2 months leading up to the race. I read the math at home method. I knew what I was doing going into that race. It went honestly better than I could imagine. My first half marathon ever, and I did it in sub 2 hours. It was like an hour and 59 minutes. Fast forward, last week I ran the Brooklyn Half Marathon, and I did it in an hour and 53 minutes without any formal half marathon training as I did the first time, but let me explain how I did it. First of all, experience is the greatest teacher. Because I've run and trained hardcore and diligently for a half marathon before, I knew still what it felt like to be in my base pace zone versus a push pace. I knew what my heart rate and my breath should feel like. I understood my cadence. I've done this before, I've trained before, and so when you have that in your tool belt and that knowledge in the back of your head, it's much more easier to access and just pull it out when you need to. Second thing was I did train diligently leading up to the race, just not running. I teach and work in Pilates here in New York City, so if you want private sessions, hit me up. But I do a lot of strength training. With that being said, I'm constantly doing yoga a couple times a week. I cycle in soul cycle classes, so my fitness is still there. My muscular foundation, always there. Every single day, we put it in. I just never really put it in with running leading up to this race. I mean, the most I did, I think I've gone on 2 5Ks in the month leading up to the race. That was it. No long runs, no tempo runs, nothing run focused, just fitness, lifestyle, trying to be my best, strongest, healthiest self every single day with my diet and nutrition leading up to the race, as if I weren't leading into a race. So I didn't just PR a half marathon without training, because I was training, just not running training. Third thing was a winning mindset going into the race. So I went into that race hyped with a playlist I knew I would access when the hard final movie reel in your head finish was coming up. I had a playlist ready to go. I had my motivational support team there, a couple people waiting for me at the finish line, where I was I want to impress them, get there for them. They are here to support me. I'm gonna show up and show out. Yeah. So the third thing is if you want to kill it in a race, know what's gonna motivate you when you might waver in motivating yourself. So anytime I started to think I'm getting tired, it was no, so-and-so is at the finish line waiting for me. And then I think the last 3 or 4 miles, that was when I turned on my let's go playlist, and I just pretended I was in a movie, running to the finish line. Probably felt like I was running a lot faster than I actually was at that point, so I could feel my legs. But yeah, know how to motivate yourself, and some little hacks to pull out the motivation when you can't. Fourth thing is knowing not to go out too hard or too fast. But again, that kind of ties back to number 1 about experience is the greatest teacher. You want to hold back a little bit in the beginning, because the worst thing that can happen is losing momentum. It's important in life too, is momentum is so key. You're better off going slow and steady the entire race than going fast, stopping, starting, stopping, starting. Who wants to do that? Mentally and physically, I feel that's the worst strategy to go into a race, because then you feel like failure when you stop running. So you're better off running slow and picking up, or slow the whole time, than going too fast, feeling like crap, start, stop, Yeah, don't do that. And the final thing I'm gonna say is know when to be hard on yourself, but mostly be kind to yourself. I had no expectations for time in this race. All I wanted to do was show up at the finish line for the people I love, and hopefully do it not too worse than my first half marathon, but no expectations. I didn't look at my phone or any paces during the race at all. I just ran and felt it. Knew when to be hard on myself though, in terms of hey, don't stop. One time in your life, you have to run 13 miles. Just this day, just this next hour or 2, you need to keep running. For once, the one time you need to keep running, do not stop moving. If you just slow down, but that's what I was telling myself, is it's this one time. The one day you need to show up to run, just keep moving in a running form with your feet. Don't look at the clocks, don't look at the paces, just keep moving forward. That's what I kept telling myself. So in a way, it's be hard on yourself, but be kind to yourself. It's a negotiation mentally, honestly, running. You have to be able to sit with your thoughts, talk to yourself, and believe that you can do hard things. So, when I felt empty on fuel in the last 4 miles. I couldn't feel my legs. They were like tree trunks and my muscles were screaming at me. I told myself, this is the only time you just need to suck it up and keep going. I put on that like Rocky movie playlist of like hype music and pretended I was in a movie and kept going to the finish line through the pain. And like, I'm so proud of what happened. And then I looked at the clock at the end and I was like, what? PR'd by like 5 minutes? So believe and know that you can do hard things if you believe it. Like, the mind is truly everything. The mind will go further than the body ever will. Not every single day, because yes, we are creatures that have physical limits, but like in those moments, you can do it. You can pull it out. If you believe you can do hard things. If you've thought about signing up for a race, I do recommend you train, research, read the Maffetone method, learn a lot about the fundamentals of running, what it means to run, how it should feel to run, learn about cadence, learn about paces, learn about your heart rate, because you can only go off feeling once you like know how you should feel. And yeah, we love that. Join that race, sign up for that race, learn a lot about yourself in the process, make sure you're enjoying the process, because that's what matters most. Being kind, having fun, nothing is about being miserable in life. We are born to be happy and healthy humans, right? Let me know if or when you sign up for a half, 5K, full marathon, train or don't train, what you learn about yourself through the process. That's all. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a great day. Oh my God, there's a bee. That's my call. I'm gonna go finish this run. Bye.